Hi students, today's our topic is DNA replication. DNA replication. Replication means duplication of the DNA molecule. Replication means duplication of DNA molecule. DNA molecule is called replication. Here one DNA can synthesize two daughter DNAs. Actually, this DNA replication takes place in the synthesis phase of the interphase in cell division. In cell cycle mechanism, there is a interface. In that interface there is a S phase. In that S phase there is a duplication or doubling of DNA. This doubling of DNA develop the two daughter DNAs. One daughter DNA can synthesize two daughter DNA. The primary function of DNA is synthesis of its own copy. So here the DNA synthesizes its own copy in the synthesis phase of the cell cycle. This is called as a autocatalysis. As soon as describing the DNA structure by the Watson and Crick, later the Watson and Crick explain the DNA replication also. So DNA replication is called as a semi-conservative replication of DNA. It is a semi-conservative replication of DNA. DNA replication is a semi-conservative replication of DNA. Semi-conservative replication of DNA means, here this is a, suppose it is a one DNA. It is a parental DNA. So this parental DNA has a two strands. Already you know that this is a 5' to 3' direction of the DNA. This is a 3' to 5' direction of the DNA strand. There are two strands here. These two strands before the DNA replication, these two are separated like this. Now these are formed as a DNA templates. These are the DNA template. These are the DNA template. So these are the base DNA material. For this, a new DNA strand is formed in the nucleus. This entire mechanism takes place inside the nucleus. So inside the nucleus in S phase, DNA replication takes place. Duplication of DNA takes place. So in this, two DNA strands are separated like this. Those are unwind. Unwind means the winding of DNA can be open. Now two templates DNA strands are formed. These are the two templates. For these two templates, a new daughter DNA is synthesized. Now a new daughter DNA is synthesized like this. That means each daughter DNA, now it is one daughter DNA. Now it is a daughter DNA. This is one daughter DNA. This is one daughter DNA. This is one daughter DNA. Blue color represent the parental strand. This is a parental strand. This blue color represent parental strand. Parental strand. It is a template for the synthesis of new strand. Template base for the synthesis of new strand. The red color representing strand is daughter strand, newly synthesized strand, or daughter newly synthesized strand, newly synthesized daughter strand. That means each daughter DNA has, these two are daughter DNAs. Daughter DNAs. Each daughter DNA has one parental strand, one newly synthesized strand. One parental strand, one newly synthesized strand. For the formation of the new strand opposite to the template strand, template parental strand, the raw material is available in the nucleus. Raw materials for the formation of new strand opposite to the template is present in the nucleus. The raw material is present inside the nucleus. Those raw materials are used for the synthesis of new strand, and it form the new DNA, new daughter DNA, two strands. So this is called as a semi-conservative replication. Semi-conservative replication means each daughter DNA has one parental strand and one newly synthesized strand. This is called as a semi-conservative replication of DNA. Semi-conservative replication of DNA. This replication of DNA was studied by the Watson and Crick. Watson and Crick. So after the discovery of DNA, they explain the replication of DNA also. The duplication of DNA molecule is called replication. The primary function of DNA is to synthesize its own DNA. That is called as a autocatalysis. So this semi-conservative replication of DNA, conservative replication of DNA is experimentally proved by Michelson and Stahel in 1958. In 1958, Michelson and Stahel experimentally proved the semi-conservative replication of DNA. So let us see the semi-conservative replication of DNA mechanism. This semi-conservative replication of DNA, replication was explained by Matthew Michelson and F.W. Stahel in 1958. For this, first he has taken the one heavy isotope containing N15 containing ammonium chloride he has taken. So actually the mass of nitrogen is 14. So then N15 containing ammonium chloride he has taken at first, and then this in this ammonium chloride, N15 containing ammonium chloride has taken in this culture medium, and E. coli bacteria is selected for his experiment. He selected E. coli bacteria. This E. coli cells of this bacteria are grown in this heavy isotope of ammonium, heavy isotope of N, nitrogen. So then this heavy isotope of N15 incorporated into the DNA of the nitrogen of DNA in E. coli. In E. coli DNA, the E. coli DNA, N nitrogen wherever it is present in the DNA, that is in the nitrogen bases. You know that in nitrogen bases, the normal nitrogen N14 containing nitrogen is replaced with this N15 containing nitrogen when we grow this E. coli bacteria in the N15 containing ammonium chloride. So for several generations he did this one. So then this N15 is incorporated into the DNA. Now these E. coli bacterials are shifted to N14 containing ammonium chloride. N14 containing ammonium chloride. Then these E. coli bacteria are shifted to N14 containing ammonium chloride for 2 generations. Ammonium chloride for 2 generations. 2 generations. So this E. coli bacteria are shifted to N14 normal light. This is called as a light N. Normal nitrogen containing ammonium chloride he shifted for 2 generations, not several, 2 generations. Then what happened? We can see what happened in this. So now this is a parental strand, a parental molecule, thus that N15 containing DNA strand. N15 containing DNA strand. This N15 containing DNA strand is a original parental cell. Now this is shifted to N14 containing ammonium chloride. Then what happened? Before the replication here in the first generation, these 2 strands are separated, as I explained earlier. These 2 strands are separated like this, and form one Y-shaped structure. This is called it as a replication fork. Replication fork. So when we shifted to this parental original N15 containing DNA into the ammonium chloride N14 containing medium, a newly synthesized DNA, whatever it is formed, opposite to the template, opposite to the heavy DNA strand. This is a heavy DNA strand. This is a normal strand, light DNA strand. This normal is also called it as a light DNA. It is a heavy DNA strand. Already is a parental strand. For this parental N15 strand, a newly N14 containing strand is formed. Now this is called it as a hybrid DNA. This is called it as a hybrid DNA. Hybrid DNA. So in first generation we got hybrid DNA here. Hybrid DNA. In first generation we got hybrid DNA. That means one DNA has one heavy DNA strand, that is N15, which represented by the blue color, and one light DNA strand, that is a newly synthesized strand opposite to the template. Now two hybrid DNAs are formed. With this one template, one DNA, with this one template, one DNA. With this one template, one DNA, and with this one template, one more DNA. Like that, two DNAs are formed. Now it is called as a hybrid DNA. Now this hybrid DNA is cultured and again cultured in the N14 containing ammonium chloride for second generation. In the second generation, what happened? These two strands are separated. These two strands are separated like this. These are separated like this, and here like this. These red N14 containing DNA strand is separated here, and N15 containing heavy strand is separated. And for this what happened? For this parental strand, new N14 containing DNA is synthesized. Now it is formed like this. Now it is a hybrid. For this already N14 it is. For this N14 containing new strand is formed. So then both are N14 containing DNAs. Then it is called it as a light DNA. N14, two strands are N14 containing strand. Then it is called it as a light DNA. The N15 and N14 containing strand is a hybrid DNA. Like that, for this one DNA, from this one DNA, one hybrid DNA, one light DNA is formed. One hybrid DNA and light DNA is formed. Next, for this new strand, same as it easily, these two are separated like this. One right strand, and then one is a blue color containing N15 strand, parental strand. For this, a new strand is formed. So like that, one hybrid DNA, one light DNA is formed with this. So finally, after the second generation, two hybrid DNAs, two light DNAs are formed. After the second generation. For every generation, for the formation of the two daughter strand, from the parental strand, first generation, two DNAs are formed. From this two, 4 daughter DNAs are formed. That means every daughter DNA has one parental strand and one daughter strand newly synthesized. Like that, new DNAs are formed with semi-conservative replication. So it is proving likewise this Michelson-Stachel explained the semi-conservative replication of DNA. For the formation of two DNAs from one generation to other generation, it takes after the 20 minutes, the parental strand form the two daughter strand. After the 20 minutes, second generation is completed. For each replication, 20 minutes of the time required. Each replication, 20 minutes of the time is required. Then how we measure the hybrid or light or heavy DNA? So that is used by the cesium chloride density centrifugation. By one density centrifugation. cesium chloride containing medium is taken. In that, this light DNAs are rotated several times in centrifugation. 2000 rotation per minute taken place here. In this centrifugation mechanism, the DNAs, whatever it is collected from the second generation, those are kept in the test tube, and then those are centrifugated in the test tube. So the centrifugation process taken place 2000 rotation per minute. So when it is taken place, based on their density, the DNA strands are separated. So like that, the hybrid DNA, whatever it is formed, that is in the middle of the test tube, and light DNA, whatever it is formed, that is top of the test tube. Like this, light DNA, hybrid DNA is separated in the test tube. If any heavy DNA is present, that is get precipitated at the bottom of the test tube because it has a heavy density. So if you take any material in the liquid, if the density of that particular material density is more, then those that is go to the bottom. For example, if we take one test tube. In this test tube, we have taken one liquid, some other liquid. When you put any material inside this test tube, the density of this material is more than it go to the bottom of the test tube. The density of material is less than this liquid, then this will be on the top of the test tube. So like that, here also the cesium chloride density, the material whatever it is centrifugated here, the DNA material whatever it is centrifugated here, that is separated in the centrifugation mechanism based on the segment, because the light DNA density is less than the cesium chloride density here, because of that it floats on the surface of the test tube. And hybrid DNA density is somewhat less than the cesium chloride. Because of that it float in middle. So this is measured based on their density, then it is accumulated in the middle of the test tube. So here no heavy DNA, because of that heavy DNA is not formed in this centrifugation process. First we have taken the heavy DNA here, parental DNA we have taken, heavy DNA we have taken. If it is centrifugated, this heavy DNA get precipitated at the bottom of the test tube because the density of this heavy DNA is more than this cesium chloride, so that it precipitated or accumulated at the bottom of the test tube. So based on this density, the Michels and Stachel separated the different density of the DNA strands by using cesium chloride in the centrifugation mechanism. So this is called a cesium chloride density centrifugation mechanism. Cesium chloride density centrifugation mechanism. Such a way the DNA strands are separated based on their density. Based on this topic concept, we'll get the problems. Here we need to use one formula, 2 power n minus 2. N represent the number of generation. For example, if DNA is cultured in the N14 containing ammonium chloride for the third 3 generation, then or 4 generation or 5 generation. So then what is the ratio of the heavy and light DNA? Heavy and light DNA. Then we need to apply this formula 2 power n minus 2. 2 power n minus 2. N represent the number of generation. How many generation after we are observing the DNA strand? 2 generation, for example. 2 generations. So 2 power n. 2 power n. 2 power n means n represent the generation. How many generation? 2 generation. 2 square. How many strands are formed? 4 strands are formed here. Out of 4 strands, 2 strands are always hybrid. 2 strands are always hybrid. That this 2 represent that. This 2 represent the hybrid DNA. Any generation, if any generation after the several generation, 10th generation also, only 2 hybrid DNA will be seen. Remaining all are light DNAs only. Only 2 hybrid DNAs are seen. Remaining all are light DNAs only. So based on this problem, they'll ask different questions. So out of 4 DNA molecule after the 2 generation, 2 DNAs are the hybrid DNA. Remaining 2 DNAs are hybrid DNA, and remaining 2 DNAs are light DNA. Such a way we can solve the problems by using this formula 2 power n minus 2. 2 power n means number of DNAs are synthesized after the generation. N represent the number of generation. For one generation 20 minutes time is required. 20 minutes time is required. For completion of one replication in E. coli, 20 minutes of the time is required. So 2 generation 40 minutes. 40 minutes. 3 generation 60 minutes. 4 generation 80 minutes, like that. So for completion of one generation of replication, so it requires 20 minutes. So based on that we'll get the different problems. So this is about the experimental proof for semi-conservative replication of DNA. Now we see the one question here. In Michelson-Stokal experiment, equal amount of light DNA and hybrid DNA was observed in the E. coli culture after equal amount of light DNA and hybrid DNA was observed in E. coli culture after. So first option here first 2 generations and 40 minutes and 80 minutes 3 generation. These are the, based on these points we have to select the correct option here. Choose the correct option for the given statement of question. So after the how many generation equal amount of light DNA and hybrid DNA was observed in E. coli culture, you know that. Second generation, first generation, second generation. First generation 20 minutes, second generation 20 minutes, then 40 minutes. So then 2 generations means 40 minutes. After the 2 generation we can find the 2 light DNA and 2 hybrid DNA. So for 2 generation how much time is required? 40 minutes of the time is required. This 40 minutes of the time, after the 40 minutes of the time we can find the light DNA and hybrid DNA. Then answer is 1 and 2. This is the right option. Now one more problem here. Assuming that 50 heavy, that is containing N15 DNA molecules replicated twice in the medium, the containing N14 in medium containing N14, we expect what is the what are the DNA molecules are formed in the second generation. Twice means first generation and second generation. After the second generation, how many light DNA and hybrid DNAs are formed? That we have to find here. So first option is 100 half and 150 light DNA molecules, 100 half and 150 light DNA molecule, 100 half heavy and half light and 100 light DNA molecules, 50 heavy and 150 light DNA molecules, 50 heavy and 100 light DNA molecules. So this is the question here. The options are given like that. Then we have to find. So in this problem, 50 heavy DNA strands are multiplied or cultured in the N14 containing NH4 ammonium chloride twice means two generation, first generation and second generation. So after the second generation, how many heavy DNA molecule, how many light DNA, heavy DNA or hybrid DNAs are formed? Then how many hybrid DNAs are formed? You know that after the first if one heavy DNA is cultured in the N14 ammonium chloride, after that two hybrid DNAs. So this is common for every generation. Two hybrid DNAs are formed, two light DNAs are formed when one heavy DNA is cultured. So then 50 heavy DNAs are cultured. How many hybrid DNAs are formed? 100 hybrid DNAs and 100 light DNAs. Then answer is second option is right. 100 half DNA and light. That means hybrid DNA. 100 half DNA, half heavy and 100 light. That means this is a hybrid. Then 100 light DNA molecule. So then option 2 is right. Then next question, name the heavy isotope used by the Michelson and Stockel for proving the semi-conservative mode of DNA. N15 ammonium chloride, N14 NH3 chloride, N13 NH2 chloride, all of these. Then answer is first option is right. Now the answer we see here. So this is a hybrid DNA N14 containing hybrid DNA, N14 and N15 containing hybrid DNA. So after the first generation in the N14 containing medium, the N14 has one more N14 strand of the hybrid DNA has a newly N14 containing DNA strand. For N15 strand, one newly containing strand is formed. That means after the first generation, one light DNA, one hybrid DNA is formed. For this light DNA, two light DNAs are formed. For this light DNA, two light DNAs are formed in second generation. For this hybrid DNA, one light DNA, one hybrid DNA is formed after the second generation. So after the third generation, for this two light DNA, for this two light DNAs, and for this one more light DNA in hybrid DNA, one more light DNA and hybrid DNA. Means 7 light DNAs, no heavy DNA. Heavy DNA is not formed. 0. Hybrid DNA 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 light DNAs and 1 hybrid DNA is formed. Such a way the question is solved here. So the parental strand itself is a hybrid DNA, not a heavy DNA here. When heavy DNA strand has a one light DNA, one light DNA strand and one heavy DNA strand. Two strands are present. When this is multiplied, for this hybrid DNA is formed. For this is new strand is formed, light DNA is formed. Means one light DNA strand, one light DNA, one hybrid DNA strand form, hybrid DNA is formed. One light DNA, hybrid DNA is formed after the first generation. After the second generation, with these two DNAs, with these two light DNAs, with this one light DNA, with this one hybrid. That means 3 light DNAs, 1 hybrid DNA after the second generation. After the third generation, third replication or third generation, for this 2, 4, for this 2, 6, for this 1, 7 light DNAs and 1 hybrid DNA, no heavy DNAs are formed. Such a way we can solve this question. So I'll give one problem here. One hybrid DNA is cultured N14 ammonium chloride after the 4th generation. After the 4th generations, what is the percentage of, what is the ratio of heavy, light and hybrid? So hybrid DNA is cultured. Hybrid DNA is a parental DNA here. If it is cultured in the ammonium chloride N14 containing ammonium chloride, after the 4 generations, what is the proportion of heavy DNA, light DNA and hybrid DNA? So you write down that problem. So then you find the answer for this.